This video was requested to show the process of reverse engineering in Geomagic. A few people have asked how do I do it. This is just a simple guide video covering some of the basic steps for it, just to see if the software might be worth it for you. Right here are going to be the mouse shortcuts that you use to navigate around. I have a gaming mouse that has buttons on the side, so it makes it very easy for me to do everything with one hand configurations. We'll go ahead and get started. When you import your model in, it'll be like this, where it's not aligned to the coordinate system. You can see your coordinate planes here, but the scan itself is not aligned to any of it. I'll start by making planes so that I can align the scan to the coordinate system. Just go on the Home tab, then Plane. The method, we're going to use pick multiple points. I know that this area here is flat, so I'll just go ahead and pick 3 points. Sometimes I'll do 4 or 5, just depends. And then this side here, I know is flat, so I'll do the same thing. You want to create at least 2 planes for aligning. Now we have those 2 planes. Then you want to do the interactive alignment. We're going to align this mesh, which is what we're moving here. Your settings should pretty much match these. The next stage, I believe default is 1, 2, 3 and XYZ, which looks like this. But the way that I do it is to make sure this is XYZ and this is coordinate. I always start with the Z, so my Z plane was the first one I made. As you can see in the preview, it aligned it. Then since I made one on the side, that'd be the X-axis. So now it's aligned. Go ahead and click OK. We'll turn off the plane 1 and 2 since they're no longer needed. And as you can see, it's aligned to the coordinate system. It generally places the model of center mass inside the coordinate system. And from here, we can go ahead and create our mesh first sketch. It's going to be a mesh sketch. Click the plane that you want. Then come up to where it says sketch. Drop down to mesh sketch. And now what that's done is done a section view of the mesh. We could start right here, but we really want to capture more of it. So we'll simply move this. And as you can see, when you move it up higher, it's only capturing the parts that it can see. You have this second arrow, which is linked to the silhouette range. If you drag it, it makes a thicker box. So now what it's doing is it's going to capture everything that's in that box. As you can see, it picks up more of the model. For this model, I'll just drag the silhouette range all the way out to get a nice outline of it. As you can see, it outlines everything perfectly. Click OK. And this is how we'll start doing our mesh. The pink lines are the section view. This is not an actual sketch, it's just what the section view looks like. You can turn off the mesh preview here. For this is a circle. So you can just come up here and click circle. Double click the line. It turns yellow. Double click it. And now you have a circle. Smart dimension. We'll just cap that there. Delete. Same thing for this one. It's a circle. You can also wait till it highlights red, right click. You can turn it to construction, or you can do your smart dimensions here. We'll just make this a 3. You also have an auto sketch. You can click that. As you can see, it highlights everything on the sketch. You can make a selection box. It fills in all the geometry for you. For some items, this is very good. On other items, it won't be. Like this corner here, it's not exactly how I would make it. So I'll just cancel that out. And I'll just go ahead and create this sketch here. This is a line. So you'd make a line and you just follow through with lines. That seems to be all the lines are in the model. Go ahead and make sure this is vertical. This one's horizontal. Then I want to click on them. And we're going to add a fix to each one. And what this does is it makes it so that the line will not move from that position. And I'll show you the reason why I do that. So now I've done them all. I can simply take this in and just pull it out until all the lines meet or intersect. I didn't lock this one down. And now we have all these lines here. I'll just go through and trim them. You can do a power trim, which is just going to cut it to where the lines meet, or a corner trim, where you select both lines and it trims the corner. Then we'll go ahead and put in this radius here. You can do the 3-point arc. You can simply double click it. If it comes out the way you want it, then that's fine. If you want to manually do it, make sure to turn off fit polyline. Then you can just move it the way you want it. Just doing this real quick, not making it perfect. Then we want to trim this up. And click OK. This is our first sketch. I normally go over here and turn on disjointed ends. It's going to let you know if any lines are not connected. As you can see, these are not connected. If you zoom all the way in, you can see the problem here. One line's going one way, another one's slightly going over it. Can trim that out. Then this one right here, most likely these lines are not touching, as you can see. We'll just pull that through and then trim this. Click OK. You don't want to click the X. That will terminate the sketch. You want to click this, which is backs out of the sketch. It means that you're done with the sketch. It's an exit. And this is the first sketch you have. Turn off the planes. Then you can go ahead and extrude. It's going to extrude the closed areas. If you want to pick this one, you could. But for this example, we need it to be like that. Then you turn it to a good view. This is also where you can change multiple views. We need to extrude both sides. That looks about good for this. Click OK. As you can see, this part sticks out just in hair, but for this example, it's fine. You can fine tune it the way you want. Over here under accuracy, we have deviation of body. This is going to let you know how close your design is to the original mesh. Which for this example, this will do. Not making it perfect in this example. Now the next thing that we're going to do is add this cut right here. Now if you were to create a plane on here, do you see how it's slanted? It would not work out the way that you need it to. So we're going to turn the planes back on, turn the model off. We're going to create a new plane. This is going to be pick a point in a normal axis. So this is the normal axis. And we're going to pick this point at the very top, which is going to make a plane at the very top of that. Click OK. Then we're going to do a mesh sketch off of that plane, which is right here. And as you can see, it trimmed out this area here that we need. Click OK. Sometimes it'll flip it around like that, so we're actually on the bottom portion and not the top. You can simply click this to flip it around. So now we're working on the exact same plane that we need to. And it's just about using your basics. This right here would be a square. These lines will snap once you get close. They snap. Then we'll go ahead and dimension this. This right here is technically a slot. If you want, you can use the slot tool and make a slot for it. But I rather make it into a square or a rectangle. That just gives me more ability to adjust it later. Then once you finish making that, that's the basics that we need. You exit out. We'll do an extrude. We want to bring it down to this area here. So just find the view that gives you the best look at it. I'll just pull this down. That's probably good. We want to do a cut. Click OK. As you can see, this portion here was left. Go back opposite direction. I'll cut it out there. Also looks like I went down too far. That looks better. Turn off the planes. Turn off the mesh. We need to get these fillets right here. You want to wait till you highlight the lines red, right click, then add the fillet. This right here is estimate from mesh. I generally turn off this, turn the mesh back on. You can click estimate. This is telling you what the estimation of it is. Go ahead, turn the mesh off, turn this. This one also needs it. That looks good. Do the same for this. That'll be fine. So this is the base of the model. Do deviation from body. As you can see, everything is coming together. I'll go through and trim these sides out. Do the same thing as before, create a new plane. But this time, we can just do offset plane. Just drag it up. Mesh sketch. That's good there. As mentioned, I'm not making this perfect, just using this for the example. Go ahead and extrude this to make a cut. So everything's coming together really good. I'll go ahead and make this section right here. And that should be good. We'll cut this out. Actually, we'll use this one. Create the plane right there. And it makes it that it's parallel to that plane, so we know it's not shifted. And that should be good. Cut. So now everything is looking pretty good. We'll go ahead and make this area here. Do a multi-point. Increase the silhouette range. That'll be fine. This is probably to extrude, cut. We use the same sketch. Extrude. So now this. And as you can see, it did not create the fillet there. We can go back to the sketch. We'll put the fillet in. Now just make a circle. We also could have made a slot there, but just showing a different way of doing things. As you can see, everything is pretty close. We know the sides aren't because I didn't adjust it. We have this little tab here. We can go back to the mesh. It's over. That over just too much. There we go. There's a hole that should be there. Go back to whichever sketch that was. We don't have one for that, so just make a new one. make that, this, extrude, cut, and that would be the finished model, reverse engineered in Geomagic. Again, I wasn't going for accuracy, just going to show you the basics on how to do simple reverse engineering. As always, thank you for watching.